What's going on, people? Welcome back to the new show on Gooners Therapy. Take the L. Big up Stephen here for coming on the show, even though his team has taken the L. Yes, Stephen, big yourself up, man. Yeah, because the Man United fans are not here. The Liverpool fan is not here. They all told me that they would be here. I'm hoping they're still going to come. But yeah, if not, that is some very bad sportsmanship and very disappointing, but hopefully they turn up later on in the show. But we're here with Stephen, who obviously was predicting a Chelsea win, I believe.
Yeah, I said
you was predicting a Chelsea win.
I said 3-1, but I got the teams the wrong way around.
Yeah, you got it the wrong way around. I said 2-1 to Leeds, and it was one better than that. It was 3-1 to Leeds.
Yeah,
did you? Because obviously Arsenal was playing at the same time, so I've only seen the highlights. They scored one great goal. One was from a corner. The third goal I can't seem to remember now. How do you feel the game? What was the last goal?
I said the third one. That was the worst of the lot when fucking Tosin passed it.
Oh back. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was shambolic.
Calvert-Lewin on the score sheet of all people.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin, who's he can't hit a barn door, can he, at the moment? But yeah, he's got a goal, big goal for him. So does that for you summarize Chelsea up? Because I mean, look, I wasn't saying it just tongue in cheek that Chelsea were gonna lose. I genuinely believe they would lose that game or drop points. I genuinely believe they would. Gonna add down to the stage now. Big up, really Schooner with us. We've got the only one that's turned up, Dan. Can you believe it? The only one that's turned up. Got to give Stephen his flowers. Is Stephen here, Blue Soldier Steve. Big up. And we're just dissecting the game, Dan, because obviously me and you was at the game, Arsenal-Brentford game, while their game was going on. So I've seen the highlights. I'm not sure if you have, Dan. I'm gathering you probably have at some point. So Steve's just gonna take us through the game and where you think wrong. On just as I was saying, when I predicted Leeds to win, I genuinely believed it. I genuinely believed they'd get something out of the game. It was just because for me, that's how Chelsea have been all season. You drop points at Brentford. You drop points at Brighton. You drop points you lost at home to Sunderland. Yet you beat Liverpool. You got a point against Arsenal. You know, you beat Barcelona. And it's just kind of how, Chelsea's season has kind of gone. And Chelsea just, I think in a few years' time, next year or the year after, Chelsea are going to be there 100% fighting for the title, possibly even next year if you sign a few centre-backs and a keeper. I think you could be right in it next season. But this season, I just think, I've said it from the start of the season. I said I think Arsenal will finish 15 points above you. It might not quite be that, but we're 9 points above you now. And, listen, it could go back down to 6 or it could go up. But how do you feel? Because when we asked you about being in the title race, you said, you think there's a chance you could be in the title race. You wasn't 100% convinced. But what did that game tell you about your club, Chelsea?
Well, the game told me that I think we've got a profit on Tosin. He was a free transfer. We need to get him out the door. Every time we've had calamities at the back, whether he's been at the forefront of it or not, he's always in the back line when it happens. But apart from Tosin, from the first minute, we were just inviting pressure onto Leeds. We weren't up for the fight. They've got a set piece. They score from it. Bullet header. Can't complain about how they got it. But again, it's just self-inflicted. Yet again, more points dropped.
I knew seems like it's hitting you, Steve, mate. It's hitting. Well,
Well, the thing is, I can't even put it down to Caicedo being suspended because he probably wouldn't have played the game anyway. Like Leeds is just one of those games where, like you're going to rotate, but the players then they didn't show any fight. And when you go away to Leeds, whatever, you got to show that fight. Especially we've got rivalry dating back to like the 70s. The players have got to be up for it, and they just weren't. But
what about that? Everyone was hyping up this Santos guy. What happened to him?
See, with Santos, I don't see him as a 6. I see him more as like an 8, a bit more like Enzo rather than Caicedo, and he was supposed to be playing more like Caicedo, which for me, he's not really cut out for. But yeah, like he got found out, the rest of the team got found out. It's only when our normal first team players come on after half times, like Neto come on with a bit of a spark, 2-1. We think, all right, now Palmer comes on. Again, didn't really do too much. Cole Palmer,
he had that one big chance. He usually scores them, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think we could put that down to a little bit of rustiness because that's the first time he's really played for very long time.
What minute did he come on?
So about 60th minute, and that was like about the maximum amount of time that I was going to give Maresca. It was like, bring him on now, or we're definitely going to lose. He rolled the dice, brought him on in the 60th minute, and yeah, just calamities at the back cost us.
Do you think you're a better team as a team with or without Palmer? I know it might sound like a silly question, but you've been getting good results lately without him in the team.
I think, we are definitely better with Palmer in the team, 100%. It's not a case of like, Arsenal and Gyökeres, they play better when Gyökeres isn't there and Marino's there. Palmer, 100%, we are a better team. I think we've been picking up the results of because Caicedo, up until the red card against you guys, he has been playing out of his skin this season, and the players, they've had a season under Maresca, and they're only going to develop and get better, and they're showing signs, but it's just the inconsistency. We are our own worst enemies at the end of the day, which I kind of touched base on a little bit pre-match to Chelsea Arsenal last week when I was on.
Are there any concerns about Palmer coming back? Because last season he went through a barren run of form last season. So do you think when he comes back he's going to be firing, or you're just thinking let's just see what happens when he gets back?
I think to quote you, realist, I think take it a game at a time. That's all I can say about it right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm happy anyway because I was getting a little bit concerned about Chelsea, but yeah, that was just reality for Chelsea fans and reality.
I tell you, Dan.
As well, man.
I tell you. You know what? I have to say, it's been a very successful hate watch this week. This midweek fixtures, yeah. Manchester United, of course, just dropping points at home to West Ham, abysmal stuff. Chelsea losing away to Leeds. Liverpool dropping points to Sunderland, and Newcastle and Spurs both taking points of each other. So, yeah, it's been a good week if you're an Arsenal fan. Arsenal extending their lead to 5 points at the top. But big up Rish, that's come on. Dark Streets of OT. I thought you guys had done me dirty. I thought, look, you've had enough. I thought that's it. You said, no, I'm not coming on, but thank you for coming on. But what are you telling me, bro? Let's dissect the United game. I've got in for the last 20 minutes of it. From what I see, it looked like a bit of a dead game, really. And I was on my phone, and then I kind of thought, you know what? United, they could actually concede it because West Ham, from what I was seeing from the last 10 minutes, looked like they were a better team.
Who's got the feedback noise in the background as well?
Yeah, someone's got some mad noise in the background.
You just lie down, and the fans really showed.
All right, boys, turn it down a sec.
Glass, we can't even see you, bro, man.
I'm laying in the back, mate. Hold up. Fuck, I'm on live. On the YouTube, mate.
Go on, Rish, tell us. What was your? Someone's got the background noise. Glass, I think just come on next week, man, because we can't really that background noise.
Yeah, it's got a heating on. Hold up.
It's not CG. I think it might be Dark Streets of the OT, man.
What is it? Me?
Background.
It might be, Sorry, Glass. There's some muffling going on in someone's.
Wait, give me 1 sec.
Yeah, I don't think it is CG. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's
West Ham could have bloody won that game, I tell you, man.
Yeah, they were showing signs at the end.
Rish, talk to us, my bro. Talk to us. What
Wait.
happened, Man United today?
I think it's my mic. Wait, give me 1 second. Can you
It
still
just
hear the
went off.
background noise?
Someone's got the radio on now, bro. What's going on, man?
Okay, that's probably CG.
That's CG with the
Start
radio.
it, turn it off.
And then Rish, there was a noise.
What? Can you still hear it?
I think it might have gone now.
Yeah, it sounds clear to me.
All right, yeah, that's all good. Chat to us,
Yeah.
my bro.
Yeah. No, I was saying, typical United, man. I think we're just so inconsistent, and we're just relying on set pieces. There's no real like attacking patterns of play. We're just not good enough, to be honest. We're just not good enough. That's just the reality of things, and I think that's going to continue with this manager. If I'm being totally honest,
He was well back on the sidelines, though, Amarim, man. He looked like he was really giving it a go on them sidelines, but
look, he's just too young for the job. He's just too inexperienced. The United job, the thing is, we need someone with a certain level of experience and someone most
Are you sure?
importantly that's flexible.
Are you sure though? Because Arsenal didn't have. Arteta had no experience coming in at Arsenal.
Yeah, but Arsenal is a different size club to Manchester United. Manchester United win, lose or draw. We're front back pages guaranteed. So that comes with a certain level of pressure. And
he worked under Pep.
That's just the reality. I just think long term.
No, listen, I have to disagree. Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean, I have to totally disagree because Pep Guardiola come in at Barcelona with zero experience.
Again, who did he inherit? Who did he inherit? How can you compare Pep's
yeah, he had a good team, but that's what I'm saying.
In all due respect.
But Manchester United right now.
Yeah, you can't reach with that comparison.
You're reaching with that comparison.
No, because Amarim's won league titles, though. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he's not experienced.
Listen. If we're in Portugal, Amarim as a player, even as a coach, he's never managed in England. It's completely different. It's a completely different dynamic to Pep Guardiola, who was a B team coach for Barcelona, through and through, Barcelona legend, former player. It's completely different. And the reality is, Pep Guardiola is a 1 in a million. If you're going off Pep, and you're basing
not really though. Xavi Alonso in his first job won a league title. There's a lot of managers
again,
that do
like
this.
I said, Xavi Alonso wasn't in the Premier League. The problem Amarim has is he's gone to Manchester United, and we in the position we're in, I think that because we had new owners under new direction, I believe they should have went for experience. And when you go through a certain amount of changes, I believe getting a fresh-faced coach that's this young has turned out to be the wrong decision. And I think that if we give this manager more time, because of his system, because of this back three, he's going to continue signing players, which I think could potentially, at the moment, they're not, because I think that they can, the players that we've currently signed are flexible. But long term, if we sign players that are suited to a back three system, it's going to be hard to change and it's going to set us back long term. And I'm just thinking of the previous manager, Erik ten Hag, and the problems we had with his signings. And that's what I'm concerned of. So that's why I feel like we might have to get rid of this manager by the end of this season.
Yeah, you know what? When I was watching that game tonight, it just dawned on me how far Man United are falling, man. To be at home to West Ham and conceding an equaliser, West Ham going on to look like they're going to win the game, man. The Man United I grew up watching, man, it was never like this, bro. And it's a sweet thing to see, Dark Streets. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. I was praying for that West Ham winner. I'll be honest.
You can say that, but the reality is, I've been saying this to Arsenal fans. All of this talk, and you guys haven't won anything. The reality is, you guys haven't won a trophy in how many years?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But I'm just
saying, the reality is, you guys are talking as if you've been the Man City, as if you've been the Liverpool, but you haven't yet.
We are right now, though.
Understand what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Let's be real. We know what's happening.
I'm just giving you guys
We don't know what's
a
happening.
little
though.
bit of
It's 4
context.
games.
That
No, but
this
you can see
United,
what's
they've
happening right now,
fallen in
innit?
the last
Huh?
10 years, and they've
But he's
still
right.
You know
won
what's
more
happening
trophies
right now.
than
We
Arsenal.
ain't won no trophies yet. You're right in
We
what you're
still
saying.
won
There.
more trophies than you since Alex Ferguson's retired, and we've been absolutely poor. I'll be the first one to admit that. So the truth is, finishing second, what I've realized in the last 10 years means nothing unless you actually do the thing of winning the Premier League in the
Yeah,
future.
look, we all know that,
So-
but let's the Arsenal, Man United, they're in different stratospheres right now. Do you know what I mean? And
Of course,
sometimes you can win a little League Cup or whatever, and then it papers over cracks.
of
And
course.
you know, let's be real. Right now, Arsenal are the superior team in England, one of the best teams in Europe. United are fully in the mud. You know, you didn't
say
get
fully in the mud, but how many points away are we in the top from the top four? We're only 2 points away from the top four.
Yeah, look, it's very congested. That,
So-
but can you hand on heart and say, do you think you'll finish in the top four?
Just all the way down
No,
to 14.
No, I honestly believe we can't. But I'm looking at the other teams. It's not like
Yeah.
anyone else can guarantee say they're in the top four.
Listen, Rich, that's why I'm so confident we'll win the league. Not just because I think I think we're a great team, but because I look around and I look at City. That's not the City of before. Chelsea aren't doing it. They don't.
No, I
threaten to
honestly
us.
believe it's
You know
out
what
of
I mean? So-
Arsenal or Haaland. That's what I
Yeah,
believe.
exactly.
That's
yeah,
what I believe.
Arsenal or Haaland. Is that what you just said, my bro?
That's what I
Yeah.
said. It's either Arsenal win the league.
That's how
or
City are
Haaland.
winning games
That-
at the
that's
minute.
who you're competing with.
Nah, you need to stop. You know what?
No,
If you want
that's
to keep
the honest
saying that,
truth.
Foden's turned up to the party now, though, ain't he?
Yeah, I was going to say, they
Yeah,
scored 5
But the
goals
truth
today.
is,
Got one.
for Man City to go on a consistent run, Haaland has to score at least 70% of the games. If they win, like, let's say 5 games in a row, how many of those games do you think he's going to score in?
4 minimum.
That's what I'm saying. That's why that's the person you're competing with.
Yeah, I hear
Because
that.
it looks like they
Slapped
can't
him
defend.
5 goals the
So
other
it's
day. and he
about
scored
it,
one.
whether he can score
But
enough
that's
goals
just how
for
they
them
play. If you
to
take
win
him out the team,
points.
they'll still find goals. They'll still find goals if
Yeah.
you take him out the team. This is
Well,
what it is.
but the thing is though,
Everyone's
Glass,
saying they're not going to score
they've lost.
the team. I don't know
They
about that.
wouldn't score enough.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
because
Yeah, look, the
concede
facts
too
are
many.
there.
They scored
They've lost.
5.
They changed the way they played. They'll keep
Yeah,
the ball
but
more. They
they-
won't go direct.
They have
They
lost
won't-
3
they've got to
games though.
concede
innit?
less.
The 3 games he hasn't scored and they've lost. But anyway, look, we'll come back to City, right? Need to find a City fan. Glass, and you was at the game today. You've gone all the way up to Old Trafford from well, you live in North London, but yeah, from London.
Should be home Sunday, I think, by the looks of the traffic.
Yeah. What was it like? Was Old Trafford? Was there sewer rats?
No,
Was it-
atmosphere is dead, mate. They said they offered up nothing. Their fans, I can't even lie. I'll be honest with you. They offered up nothing.
It looks
2 poor
very
teams.
flat.
They was probably the better team, but there weren't much in it. It was just 2 poor teams. It was just a rubbish game. There was nothing to the game, in my opinion. They could have been out. They could have gone a couple up early, but like at 1-0, you're always in the game, isn't you? It's Premier League set piece. It is what it is. We're just clinging on, though. We were just trying to get.
Oh,
any
what's
points.
the name? What's his name? Sangria or something? The guy who scored.
Magassa,
Magassa, that's it. Hey, he's a good
he had a
player.
good game,
bro.
actually. He had a good
He
game.
had a
didn't he?
brilliant game.
He's
Over. He was all over the pitch, mate.
He had a brilliant game. That's United
Yeah, he
need
had
a
a
player
great
like that. I
It
tell
was
you that.
Wan-Bissaka, man. We don't need a player like that. We don't need a ball winner. We need someone that's able to get the
when I
ball
spoke to you, my
when
brother,
we're in
you have
possession.
this energy, man. Flipping out, you've gone into a dark place.
No,
like,
I'm just being totally
when I
honest.
used to link him, bro, trust me. But
No, I'm
on the
being
last-
totally honest. We
look,
don't need
but
a ball
Rich,
winner. That's
Rich,
what we
Rich,
don't need.
Rich,
Because
there's
I've
been-
seen that in the last 10 years. But what I
There's
haven't
been-
seen is a Michael Carrick. We haven't signed a player like that. That's what we need. A Michael Carrick, a Paul Scholes. We don't need like a player.
Yeah, it's
You
very
need
hard.
to try and get
Yeah,
Adam
like
Walton.
That's what I think. That's my personal opinion.
So what? Where does that leave West Ham in the table now, Glass?
I think we're just out of the relegation zone. Just
So
are we in
Head
it
to
still?
Rock
still in the
Walker.
bottom 3, fella. What are you talking about?
In my
'Cause-
opinion, it's out of it's. I think Wolves and Burnley will go, and then it's
Yeah,
out of
Wolves
out
have
of us and
done.
Leeds.
Haven't
It's
even won a
simple as
game.
that. It's out of
yeah,
us
I,
and Leeds.
I think West Ham will stay up with Nuno.
I
to be
don't
I
know,
think
honest.
mate,
it's
we're
out of Leeds. I'll be honest. I'm surprised you guys lost to Leeds because I think.
Well,
Leeds are
look.
better.
I called the game in Leeds, and you know what? I still
they
think
turned
they'll
up.
go down.
Players that we rotated for, they showed nothing. We had to bring on the cavalry just to even get a goal, and so this, the rotation players, they really let themselves down. yesterday was their chance for Maresca to have a headache of picking them, and they just didn't show up.
Right, let's read some of these comments out, man. Because there's one that's really caught my eye, but let's go for the first one here. Big up, Charles. Thank you for coming on and watching. He says, great show, Dan. Let me ask, will Chelsea fans and Arsenal player will Chelsea fans and Arsenal player comparisons, I think he said, will they end? Just because coaches are Pep Tuchel's targets are the same, but Arsenal's on a different trajectory in the league versus Chelsea. Yeah, look, I mean, there's a lot of Chelsea fans. Don, who's quite a famous YouTuber of Chelsea fan, has been saying to me in the group chat that basically the squads are more or less even, apart from the centre backs. And
they're not even at all. They're nowhere near even.
Exactly, I find that very hard to believe. So
I'd only say midfield and fullbacks. I can see like where, but then. And then we've got Palmer, Pedro Neto's decent.
Realistically, who from that Chelsea team gets in Arsenal team other than Reece James? I don't see no one really. And even Reece James.
I say they could get in over Zubimendi easy.
Yeah, no, good shot. So that's two players. But then name another one then.
I've Cucurella getting over Calafiori, 100%.
I'd have Calafiori all day in that Arsenal team.
I'd have Calafiori, to be honest.
The way they play,
Calafiori, yeah. The way we play, 100% Calafiori.
Really,
it depends what you want. Yeah, they're both two top left backs. But yeah, there wouldn't be many for me that would get into.
What about Palmer? Would you take Palmer?
Yeah, Palmer.
Palmer
in the 10, Eze on the left, job done.
Palmer gets in, yeah, for sure, 100% Palmer. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
not many. Anyway, let's read this next comment.
The whole squad, and I say I'm not going to be too biased. I can admit that.
Yeah, he says. Charles says, don't get me wrong, Chelsea can still beat a bigger side in a cup. Of course they can. They could go far in the Champions League. Still haven't got enough experience for me to win it. But in the league, they're way behind Arsenal. Yeah, I agree. And I've been saying this for ages. Not many people have been saying it, but I have been saying it. Big up. I'm just going to say E. Big up. He says, big up.
EJ, we got into that last week.
EJ, yeah, we got into that last week, didn't we? Yes. Steve Walker. Your director already said that they're not
about Man United.
Formation. Oh, for Man United. Wow. So what? Did the director come out and said they're not buying specifically for that formation?
So how's it gonna work? Only God knows.
I don't think God knows. No one knows.
Look, I'm surprised to see this because this guy's he's a new guy, and look, he comes up with a lot of negative stuff. But listen, we appreciate anyone who comes on the channel and shows us love. And Anthony Clark has come out and said, big up both Dans. If we beat Villa, I will start believing in this manager and winning the league. Brother, I'm very happy to hear that. You know, a lot of people said it about Chelsea. Now people are saying it about Villa.
Get him started on our Anthony.
Listen, I think we go to Villa and we win. And
when is that?
Wait. Hold on, Dan. What is that? What is wrong with me saying that I think we go to Villa and win? We went and won there last year.
Every game you said.
What's wrong with saying that?
Every game you
said. I didn't say every game. I've not said that every game.
You say we're not going to win.
Liverpool. I said a draw. Newcastle. I said a draw, and we won. So don't say I've said that we're going to win every game, bro.
I'll say about Villa though, they've come into form at the right time to play you guys.
Yeah, they're on great form. But listen, I expect Arsenal to win that game. It's not guaranteed. Villa are on crazy form. But he's telling me to stop it. Like what? Because I think what do you think it's going to be then? A draw or a loss?
Roll emotion. I expect us to just go over there and get the win. No.
I said I expect us to win. That's it. I do. I think most Arsenal fans would expect us to win. I don't know about you, but
no, not without injuries, bro. It's not going to be straightforward.
Bowden, Man U 2. I'm not sure what you mean there.
Bowden, Man U 2. Big up Guna SC. We don't know what that means, man.
What we saying? Yeah, big up Neil Gunner. What we saying? We said, yeah, he was the one who told us that he's going to be out for 3 games. Big miss for them, for sure.
He is a big miss. But I don't think he'd have even played the Leeds game anyway.
I don't know. Well, listen, when you said that, what makes you say that though? Why would he not play in?
Well, I see.
Why would your best midfielder not play against Leeds away? Of course he would have played. What makes you say that?
No, he wouldn't have started. He wouldn't have started. I mean, because Maresca against like the bottom teams, even though we do have a rivalry with Leeds, he rotates. I mean, like you saw it against Burnley. Like he had him in reserve, but then he didn't bring on. He did the
I
same
think Leeds, though. I think he would have played against
Same
Leeds.
against
A
Nottingham
ferocious
Forest.
atmosphere like that.
He didn't start Caicedo. He only brought him on half time because Nottingham Forest started to get the tails up. It was still 0-0, so he brought Caicedo on. Then bang, 2-0. For sure, he would have brought him on had he had him in reserve, but he wouldn't have started him because of all the congested fixtures that everyone
What's the
has.
next game, Steve?
I think that's
What's the
bad
next game,
management,
Steve?
personally.
Bournemouth away.
Oh, they're a wounded animal right now,
Oh,
man.
look at this. EJ said he'll
away.
buy his plane ticket to the UK if we beat Villa for the parade in May. Come on.
Hey, EJ, let us know where you're from,
Game
bro.
by game, man. We'll take it game by game.
Declan Rice will play against Villa and be injured for a month. I'll tell you, overcooked Rice.
Yeah,
Listen, you go on too many negative panels, bro, and listen to people talking crap. He'll play against Villa because he's a machine and because he's Declan Rice and he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. That's why.
When's that geezer had an injury?
Raiding the positivity there, Dan.
Innit? Listen, look. Here's a Chelsea. Here's a
He's
West
in
Ham fan.
Colombia.
Here's a West Ham fan. Tell
All
them,
this is
Glass.
nonsense as well. Like
Tell them.
their main players, like you say, your Caicedos, your Rices, you can't rest them. You can't. You go away to Leeds. You cannot rest these players. I know Caicedo was suspended, but you can't rest these players. You can rest the bits around them, but you can't rest your main guys. It's simple as that. You get beat. You get beat.
Against Brentford. I said Rice has got to start. He's got to start against Villa. Rest him against Wolves and Bruges. That's where he gets his break.
Yeah.
Bruges, even Wolves at home, I think you have to start him, and then
Still
maybe
start
bring him
him.
on. Still start
Wolves
him.
at home, Dan.
Hey, bro, boys, you know what? Maybe not Wolves. I couldn't believe it. They've got 2 points,
brutal.
bro.
Yeah.
Burnley, not Burnley. What was it? The worst team ever?
They
Who was it?
might
Derby.
do the
Derby.
uninvincibles.
Yeah,
Derby had 11 points.
Yeah, the uninvincible. Derby had 6 points at this point, and they finished on 11 or 12 points. Is the lowest tally. Wolves have 2 points.
Southampton.
Mad.
How many points did Southampton finish with?
I think they got like 17, 18, something like that.
They finished. They didn't have the worst record.
Elite AFC, that's facts. I don't want Rice to get on the plane to Bruges. He just needs a week off. Bruges,
Yeah,
Wolves,
for real.
sit him down. He come off injured as well in the game against Brentford as well. He should be all right. But look, that was just a sign.
But there's certain players that take a knock and they don't fancy it. There's certain players that will play with a knock. He'll play.
Exactly.
He'll
Yeah,
be
of
right.
course he will.
Wherever you need him, he's going to play.
Everyone, make sure you're smashing those likes for us. Make sure you're subscribing if you're a new to the
Man's in
show.
Aruba.
Yeah, he's in Aruba, bro.
I still need to get out to Colombia one day, man.
Wait, one day, innit, man? One day.
I know.
mate.
One day. It's dangerous over there, isn't it?
Very dangerous. So what we said, Chelsea. What's a good season for Chelsea, Stephen?
Well,
What's an acceptable season?
Well, acceptable season. The definitely top three.
Is it a disaster if you don't make the Champions League?
It's not a disaster if we don't win the Champions League.
No, if you don't make the Champions League places, if you don't finish in the top 4
sorry,
or 5.
sorry, I misheard you. Yeah, definitely, it would be disastrous because I mean, at the end of the day, Chelsea, especially this century, we are a prestigious Champions League club. We've got to keep that going, and as well as that, all the money now that's in the Champions League, and it's even higher now since the league phase has kicked in. You've got to be in it just for the.
So if you finish. Say, I don't know, it's looking like the English teams are there's probably going to be 5 places. But if you were to finish 6, what would that mean for Maresca? If you finish 6, didn't win a trophy, how would you feel on him then? Would you want him to stay or would you want him out?
See, I can see, especially since we beat Fulham at Craven Cottage at the back end of last season, we went on a bit of a run, qualified for the Champions League, won the Conference League, played well in the Club World Cup for the most part. That's where I've really seen progression under Maresca. This time last year, I mean, Rish can even vouch for me on this. So at times I was calling for his head this time last year, but then I've just thought, right, I've got to be patient with him. It has paid off, so I'd probably give him the benefit of the doubt just for this season, if that was to happen. But that's like worst case scenario, like finishing outside the top 5 and not winning a trophy. That would be.
You know what I've realised with Chelsea fans, they're ruthless, just like the board, man. Seriously, see if Arteta would have won that Club World Cup and all of that, we wouldn't be talking like this right now. I'll tell you that much. You're saying you give him another season. That's it. It's time to go.
No, I'm not quite saying time to go, but if we like, so suppose now we don't finish top 5. We're in May. We don't finish top 5. We don't win a trophy. Right, give them another season. If we're at the same stage again in the 26-27 season, then well, questions have to be asked.
So you're saying if you finish 6th and no Champions League, no trophy, you'd still give him another season next year?
Yeah. I think he's earned that on merit. From the improvements that I've seen this season, particularly.
But you finished 6th under Pochettino, didn't you?
Yeah, we finished 6th under Pochettino, and
where did you finish last year? 4th, was it?
Yeah, 4th.
So if he goes backwards 2 places, you still keep him. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the right.
Like the AFC said that Todd Bowley ain't here for them type of games. I don't think he is. They don't make Champions League and don't win anything. I think they get rid of him, mate.
Yeah, and they could well do, but the thing is, this is where they contradict themselves, Clearlake, because when they came in, right, they get rid of Tuchel, which I still think was the wrong decision at the time. Right, they give Graham Potter a 5-year contract, so they talk about, oh right, yeah, we're all about longevity now. We're going to change. This is what the new model was supposed to be, as well as integrating young players and turning profits every year. And then Potter was absolutely diabolical, and then they've reverted back to the successful way in Chelsea's history, sack, make an impact, win something, go again. They then reverted back to that. And I mean, to be fair, it's worked in the past 3 seasons because we just come away with 2 trophies last year. But yeah, I think a big part of where I'll stand with Rescue is depending on how the season ends. So you could finish 6th, not win a trophy, but how the season ends, I think that's also a big underlying factor.
Fair enough.
Always, don't worry, I'm here, my brother. Do you understand the balance? You know what I'm saying?
I can't even. Do you know what? I can't even remember what I said to him, bro. I don't know what he's getting offended about. What was he talking about?
He said Rice.
He said Rice is going to be injured for a month. No. Listen, Dan. Let me land, bro. He said Rice is going to be injured for a month. Why are you saying that for? You don't know. So stop saying things that are not true, bro. Stop saying he's going to be injured for a month. You don't know he's going to be injured for a month. So why are you saying it? It's bullshit. But you go on other channels and you got these people going, all right, he's going to kill Rice. He's going to kill Rice. He's going to kill Rice. Everyone keeps saying it, bro. Shut the fuck up, man. Winding me up, bro.
Bandwagon. That's what people do.
Man can't say that Declan Rice is
bro. They're saying that our players are going to get injured. Our players are going to get injured. Like it's boring, bro. Just shut the fuck up, bro. Honestly, it's winding me up, bro. It's like they want our players to get injured so they can prove their stupid point about Arteta. Drop your fucking agendas, man. Winding me up, bro. And listen, AFC always. I appreciate this. I appreciate the support for the channel, bro, all day long. And I always say that as well.
You're gonna get injured, but you need to just take into. You can't even agree to the point that.
And you wanted him to play. You wanted him to play yesterday.
I did, exactly. But if I see him against Bruges and Wolves, there's gonna be question marks. No way should he be starting that.
He shouldn't start against Bruges because we're already through, and I don't think he will start against Bruges.
We'll see, man.
Simple as that.
Crossed.
If he does and he doesn't get injured, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I think he's durable and he, like I've pointed out before, I made a video on it. The guy plays 38 games every single season. Van Dijk, 33 years old, done it for Liverpool and played every.
Yeah, but Saka used to do the same though for you guys, didn't he? And then look what happened, burnout. So.
Saka and Rice are two different. Saka and Rice are totally different.
They're not different. Before
totally different. Totally different.
How was Saka and Rice different? Before Saka's injury, did he get injured before that? Yes or no?
Declan Rice
has
never been injured.
Saka had his major injury. Was he ever out? He was never out. He was out.
The bodies are different. Dan.
He got played relentlessly. That's the point I was just trying to make. That is, they've seen a lot of.
It can happen, man. Dan's right. He can be like Bruno Fernandes. He can never get injured as well.
Exactly.
Every single game.
There's certain players. That's how they are, and that's why he was 100 million as well, because of availability. And Declan Rice has to play in these most important games. Simple as that. He has to play. Bruv, that was a decent performance from Arsenal yesterday. It was by no means out of this world. If Declan Rice don't play that game, we could drop 2 points.
Always got beef today, man.
Which could cost us the title.
Down, lads.
Listen, look, but the facts are there that he's played. He's not being overplayed at all. You're just delusional. You're listening to these idiots. Yeah, he's not being overplayed, bro, because he's absolutely fine. He's not being overplayed. He's our best player. He needs to play in every game. Virgil van Dijk, 33 years old, played every single minute for Liverpool last season. You play your best players. Simple as that.
Rice
more. It's in genetics. 100%. It is. It is though. Look at him. He's a fucking athlete. He's a horse. He gallops, bro.
When I ask you a question, certain questions you can't answer. Question? Before Saka got injured, was he ever injured, or did he play week in?
Yes, he was, Dan.
When?
Yeah, but he did pick up injuries.
When?
But listen, what does that mean?
Look, Steve.
What does that mean? What does that mean, though?
I'm just saying. There's no. You can keep saying that he's a what's it called again? He's a machine. He never gets injured. I'm just saying it can be possible, Dan.
Bro, Declan Rice is 27 years old, bro.
All right, but all people are saying is that let's manage him better. He's our best player, like everyone knows. Let's manage him better. Yeah.
But listen, this started because he said he's going to play him against Aston Villa. So what is he saying? We shouldn't play him against Villa in probably our biggest game. Exactly. And then he said he's going to get injured for a month. Why are you saying that a team that you support, that one of our players is going to be injured for a month to suit your agenda against Arteta? It's like they're sitting there praying for him to get injured, praying that things go wrong to suit their agenda against Arteta. It's pathetic, right? Honestly. All players are different. Big up Bazza. I think Bazza's a Chelsea fan. So, bro, Bazza, what happened against Leeds? What happened? We got Stephen here. He's being grilled.
I've already given you the lowdown on what happened.
Steve's energy's changed from last week, man. You sounded very optimistic last week. Now,
and you know what? Obviously, we didn't have a show in it after because there's been 2 games. So I think after that Arsenal game,
I had the ammunition ready for you, man. After the draw and all you guys giving it chest. Apart from you, realists, like you did keep it real, and as
I always do, man. Seriously, man.
Yeah, but for guys like Positive Dan and Jules, man. you guys were going to get a grinning, but then like you said, Dan, the second game came, and now I've got no ammunition in the
Leeds saved us, yeah. Lee says, I don't see where we could have rested Rice recently. Yeah, every game has been too important. It's facts, bro. Facts, man. Come on, it's crazy stuff, man. Tossing happened. Who's Chelsea's? Who? If everyone's fit, who's Chelsea's?
Colwill and ain't it Colwill and bloody Fofana? Ain't that
Colwill and Fofana? That would be your best partnership, would it?
I'd even go either Colwill and Fofana or Colwill and Chalobah.
I'd say Chalobah.
Because before Maresca came in, Chalobah was injured in the Pochettino season. He come back, and then Chalobah come back, and then we hit like a really good run of form towards the latter stages of the season. Maresca then, for some stupid reason, decides to loan Chalobah out to Palace for the first half of the season, which was one of his biggest mistakes in his first 6 months. And then Chalobah come back from loan in the second half of the season. We were much more solid defensively, went on a good run, qualified for the Champions League. If Chalobah was there all season last year, well, I don't think we'd have been waiting until the last day to qualify for the Champions League last season. It was a big mistake for Maresca when he loaned him out last year. So Chalobah, I would definitely put up there with Colwill and Fofana. It's them 3 really. And then the other centre backs, well, yeah, Achampong's okay, but the others, less said about him the better. That's being Badiashile, Dazazi, who's in the bomb squad at the minute, and Tosin, who's probably the worst of the lot.
Tosin, was he at Fulham?
Yeah, and we got him on a free transfer.
Strange, very strange.
Man.
Look, Bazza, he says they never played together, but Mosquera and Hincapié had never played together. They played 1 game against Brighton and in the League Cup. Other than that, their first Premier League game was against Chelsea, and since then they've done quite well.
Hincapié looked good against Brentford for what I mean.
He was unbelievable against Brentford. AFC always, he's saying to me, because the writing's on the wall, Dan, that Declan Rice suffers from injury, and I want you to come on here. Listen, the writing is not on the wall. It is not on the wall, because tell me when he last got injured. Yeah? Tell me when the man last got injured. So the writing clearly is not on the wall. If anything, it's nowhere near. There's no signs of him getting injured. Look, if he gets injured, he gets injured, bro. It's football where it happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a big injury, then maybe I will come here and say that he got overplayed. But are you gonna come if he doesn't get injured then? And say, well, and then what? Do you know what I mean? Well, at the end of the season, what are you going to say? You're the same man that said if Arteta wins the Champions League and the Premier League, you still want him out. So I don't know what we're doing here. Big up Rodrigo. He says, how's it going, people? Thank you for coming on. Well, good, my bro. Baza says, Josh and Bashudi were quality against Liverpool if he wanted to rotate with that combo, innit? Who's Josh?
No, Changpong, the young centre back, scored against Forest. A sort of right back, centre back. Yeah, that was the other big mistake that Maresca made yesterday. Playing Chalobah a right back. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, fine. Rest Reece James for a little bit because he's still susceptible.
Look, he's different. But he has to get rested.
He's susceptible to an injury, yeah. So
exactly because he suspected exactly what you just said. So he needs to be rested.
Rest Reece James, but then you got
that's
Gusto
the perfect example. Though
you got Gusto and the Changpong, who are more equipped at the right back role. Chalobah's been arguably our best centre back this season. Why move him out to right back to accommodate Tosin? Didn't make sense at all.
I hear you, bro.
Rodrigo, big facts. He's got to be rested. Club Brugge and Wolves. Perfect opportunity, man. Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, if you rest Rice against Wolves, which I think you should, and you manage to drop points against Wolves, then that's going to be embarrassing.
AFC always. You remember that day, my bro, when we drew against Sunderland? He was nowhere to be seen.
Bro, listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
You said you went out, but you didn't even go out, Dan. Charlie said you weren't there. So where did you go?
Charlie, I didn't meet Charlie, bro. I went out with my missus that day. Then what are we doing here, bro? I was never meant to.
Yeah. You're right.
I was never meant to
go out, Dan. Did you have time to come on?
No, I didn't, bro. I was never meant to come on. I was never planning to come on that day. So I don't know what he's talking about. Bro.
We set it up.
I'm always here. I'm always here, bro. None of that,
man,
bro.
You went hiding. AFC always is right. You went hiding that day because
I did not go hiding. Dan,
you told the fans, you told the people, the chat, we will be back here after the game.
Dan, you took too long, bro, and I had to go out, bro. You took too long.
AFC always, did I come straight on after the game? Yes or no?
Bro, Dan, I was busy, bro. You know I was going out. I was never meant to come on. I don't know. But you went on without me.
To go on AFTV against Chelsea. We drew there, didn't go on.
Dan, come on, bro. You know what?
I'm just saying, innit?
Dan, you know what I had to do then.
Drew against Sunderland, no interviews. Drew against Chelsea, no interviews, man. Come on, Dan. You got to show your face. People want to see you, bro.
Dan, come on, bro. You know the situation where I didn't go on AFTV that day, and you're still bringing that up. Like that's poor.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's not true, Dan. I'm just saying both times we haven't picked up points. You ain't been about, my bro. That's it.
Well, was I about when we drew with City? Was I about when we lost to Liverpool? Ain't my fault that we hardly drop points. I'm always here, bro. Can we play MLS in Rice's position against Wolves? Yeah, possibly, yeah. I think we've spoke about this before. At least he's got energy that Rice has. So yeah, that is a good option.
Hey, nah, Lee, don't go there,
man. Yeah. You know what? Hey, listen,
trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be.
Or like Robo Connor.
Yeah, Lee, that's a good point. Lee, I'm gonna have to look into this, man.
AFC always my guy, man. Seriously, man. Sometimes he goes too far, but yeah, that's it. It's my guy right there, man.
Bro, come on, man. Anyone who says that a manager wins Premier League, Champions League double, something Arsenal's never done in the history, that he'd want him sacked. For me,
are you still sticking by that one? AFC always.
I can't really take anything they say seriously after I heard that. I have to be honest.
If he wins the Champions League and Premier League, AFC always, are you still sticking by? You still want to see him gone? He didn't mean that, man. He was having a bad day that day. I'm pretty sure of it.
Must have been, surely. Rish, what you saying, Man United, man? Where do you see you lot finishing this season?
No, I was gonna say, honestly, where I think we're gonna finish is probably like 8th, but where I hope we finish is 5th, because obviously I don't want to see like another manager go and us go through the merry-go-round. I want the manager to work, but I just think that it's not gonna happen, and the reality is gonna kick in after AFCON. I think
so. A few weeks ago, after the when you had that good little run, got a couple of wins.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the manager then? Did you think maybe he could be turning a corner, and then in the next few games will come up and you're like, I was wrong? Yeah,
that's exactly what it was. Because the thing is, I thought that we was turning a corner simply because we had one game a week. I thought that maybe more training sessions meant that he could maybe get a few more wins together and look more of a cohesive unit. But the reality is, on the ball in possession, we still it still doesn't look like we create enough chances, even though we've got Bruno Fernandes. It just doesn't make sense.
I think with Bruno, he plays too deep.
He plays exactly. Man, Fernandes just looked like a shadow of the man today, man.
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you play a guy, our best player is Portuguese as well. He's from your country, and you're playing him out of position. It doesn't make any sense.
He scored a hat trick recently for Portugal as well, playing in that role.
Exactly.
Man.
You think build your team around him.
It's beyond arrogance. It's beyond. It's just this doesn't make any sense. Stubborn. It's stupid. It's you know what I mean. Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense. That's the truth. It just doesn't.
I'll
make
be
sense.
pulling the plug now on Amorim.
Man, you could have got 100 mil. Okay, if you don't want Bruno, no problem. Take 100 mil and then go get a number 6 that can actually have a range of passing. A number 6 that can control a game, because that's what we've been missing the last 10 years. Since Carrick left, we haven't had anyone like that. Not one single player I could say, oh yeah, you know what? He's more like a Xavi. He's more like a Scholes. He's more like a Busquets. He's more like a Carrick. We haven't got anyone like that. So that's where I think our problems have always lied. And I think nothing's going to change until United get like at least a couple of players like that.
Is there a particular player? Is there anyone you look at? Is it Adam Wharton or like Elliot Anderson or any of these sort of players?
I would say Elliot Anderson. I would say Adam Wharton. That would be my A and B. But if we couldn't, I'll take a Tonali as well. I'll take a Tonali.
Is Baleba now off the table for you? Because I remember you talked about Baleba before, like when we spoke.
The thing about Baleba, I think he's hot and cold. I honestly think he's one of those players.
I wish you would have got him.
He looks
for 100 million
because he's at Brighton.
Yeah,
that's why I think Brighton, the way they play, their system, their club, the culture around it, it's easy to thrive. Like even Lallana looks quite good over there. James Milner looks quite good over there. But I just think if you put him in United, because no one really focuses on Baleba's bad games, you only see him when he plays against you.
Yeah, but that's because people don't really focus on Brighton in the same way. And I don't think
exactly. This is the thing. That's why everyone looks good, when they play for these so-called small teams as opposed to playing for United. Because United, you're gonna have viewers whether you're playing against Sunderland or whether you're playing against Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the problem. When Baleba or any Brighton player for that matter plays against Chelsea, it's viewed by the media as like, oh, it's an audition to for Brighton to get 60+ million for a player and Chelsea just to buy their whole squad. That's like the media narratives. That's why all the Brighton players get bigged up.
Do you know what? Yeah, with Tonali, I don't see any Newcastle player wanting to leave Newcastle to go to Manchester United, even though you're a big club and all of that.
They've got a solid midfield, Newcastle, like as a unit.
Look, like I said, I just said these are options for me. Like these are the sort of players. Ideally, if our actual club is serious right now, we've hired a few coaches, a few scouts, a few people above Amorim, and I want to see what they're capable of now. Because one thing we haven't seen as well is United go out and sign players that we haven't really heard of and do well. Like we can't just always sign players from the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? We need to get like a couple of unknown guys, like Lamins, for example. He came from Antwerp. He's looked like quite decent in goal. Like a couple hidden gems like that go quite far. Like Martinelli, perfect example with you guys. He's one guy I didn't hear anything about him before he joined Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was in like the second or third division.
Do you rate Martinelli
as well?
Mentioned him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Dan, £6 million.
I'm just a question, Dan.
Go on then.
Do you rate Martinelli, Dark Streets?
Yeah, I rate Martinelli. I think as a squad player, because honestly, he's not a guy that you give 150k, 170k to a week and make him a main starting 11 guy. but having him off the bench, he's
Mm.
like a Garnacho, having a Garnacho off the bench, someone like that. Honestly, Martinelli, at United, I'll take him all day long. Off the bench for Mbeumo or off the bench.
Listen to you, Dan Calls.
Hey, Rish, you
Yeah,
just
no,
said
let's
about-
be honest. I wouldn't
said
start him
about his
over
wage.
like
Martinelli's
Cunha
on
or start him
180
over
a week.
Mbeumo, but I'd have him off the bench. He'll be fucking electric.
Would you take
Absolutely
Martinelli
electric.
over Garnacho, Steve?
I think Trossard as well, another player off the bench.
I'll take
Very good.
Trossard. I'm not too sure about
Trossard starting both of you, look, man. What are we doing?
Martinelli, I'm telling you,
I
Martinelli,
would
last
definitely-
20
I'd
minutes.
definitely take Trossard over
pace.
Garnacho. I
Trust
mean,
me.
I wanted when in that January window when Chelsea were in the mud and we fucking spent 300+ million in January, and like you were meant to get Mudryk, and then we then swooped
Thank
in.
God.
I wanted to get Trossard. I'd said in that window, right, we need Trossard, let Mudryk go to Arsenal, and then it didn't work out. The roles reversed. So I'll definitely would take
What
Trossard.
that was, boy.
100%.
Yeah, unbelievable. What's happening with him, man? I keep seeing things about him
He's
like
on the-
drug tests and
Well, he had
retiring from football,
done, innit?
becoming a bird and all this madness. What's going on with him, bro? Is he just
So-
Coming a what bird? Coming a woman.
Yeah, bro. Like obviously,
Oh,
I
I
think it's all
haven't seen
fake and that, innit? Yeah. It's all
What are you
got
talking
stuff.
about? Are you serious?
I've seen it come up, bro, saying that he's gonna look like he's getting a change in that, bro. Bro, there's loads of rumors about
Oh,
him. innit?
stop it. Stop it.
I need to ask the Chelsea fan, what is his situation now? 80 million
Right.
pounds.
So he's supposed so yeah, this must be like September last year. He's had like some random
Your
drugs.
choice, a he or is it a she? You should be saying right now. Steve.
Well, they
They.
just for the thin people, they yeah, so we don't know, do we? Yeah, so they had a drug test and come back positive. It was just for some supplement, nothing like too grade A. You know, it was just for like some supplement. And UEFA like took it bare serious. He's been on they've given him like a 4-year ban. It's a bit like the whole
Pogba.
a bit like the whole Pogba story. And then ever since I've not even seen him at the training ground. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. You know, he might even just be dabbling in the arts, as you were kind of alluding to, Dan. Who knows?
He's
So,
in a dark place, man.
I mean, what is he still being paid by Chelsea? Like,
Probably. I mean, we got every Tom, Dick, and Harry on our roster. I mean, Sterling doesn't even train at Cobham, and he's still getting 350 bags a week.
mad, isn't it?
So
Where does he train?
I don't know. I mean, I saw at the start of the season that like all the Chelsea squad would come in, and then like Sterling would be like training by himself at like 8:30 at night at Cobham. Now apparently that's changed. I don't really know. To be honest, I don't really keep tabs on him because I know that he's not going to make it back into the Chelsea squad. So it's just, from my point of view, it's a shame because he was a quality player, but I think it's just a case now we just got to get him off the wage bill because
Bloody hell, yeah, he's finished.
Yeah.
Where
He's
did we
definitely not finished with all of that money, I tell ya.
No, he's finished as a footballer, isn't it? But where do we think he goes? Does he go like what? Does Sterling go and play in the Championship, or does
He don't,
maybe
need
go
to,
to
he don't need to do nothing, mate.
his thing is
Saudi.
staying in
Easy
London.
answer.
Saudi,
Saudi.
innit? Probably Saudi.
it's
Yeah.
Easy.
Staying in London, though, he's set on staying in London. That's why he took the loan move to Arsenal last year.
So he
That's
might go to a Championship team in London, QPR or someone like
Charlton.
that, maybe. Charlton.
Goes
Yeah, I
Charlton.
can't see him. Yeah, he's possibly one of the
So
worst
keep-
Arsenal players I've ever seen.
I mean, QPR. He was there in his youth, so he'd just be doing a full 360, going back to where it began. Could
As
happen.
a Chelsea fan, do you agree with treating a player like that?
Yeah, Lee's got a question.
I don't personally.
Chel-
I don't personally, but I think at the end of the day, when Maresca came in, we had all these players like, you know, what was it they were talking about? We had like 50s and 60s, all them rumours. Obviously, you can only have like a 24, 26, maybe even 30 man squad to keep things sustainable and ticking. So players, sorry, excuse me, who like couldn't get loaned out, etc., they had to go into these separate training sessions. I don't agree with it, but say they got themselves into this mess, i.e., the club, not the players, and yeah, they had to sort it out.
Dark
Look,
Streets, you've got to leave soon, bro. So I just want to ask you a couple of questions, man. Who's your next 2 games?
Our next 2 games, I think, are Wolves which
That
is
home or away?
yeah, Wolves, and I swear,
What are you home or away to Wolves? Reece?
That's the question. That's where they
away,
pick up the first 3 points.
You're away.
away. I would not be surprised because I remember a few years back under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we were a lot better back in those days. We surprisingly lost against. Remember that how poor that Sheffield United team was?
Yeah, of course I do. I remember sending in the memes of Chris Wilder, brother, in the
Oh.
chat. I love that day. That was. Yeah,
I'm
that
telling
was
you, it will be typical
quality.
United to give Wolves their first win. It will be typical. If anyone's going to give them a charity 3 points, it would be us. I don't know why. I just have a feeling it's either going to be a really tight 2-1 where we win, or we're losing 1-0.
Wow.
We're losing 1-0. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're losing 1-0. My
Had
prediction,
mighty
again,
afford,
is
man.
1-0. That's what I think. And then our next game is, if I'm not mistaken, it's Bournemouth. Bournemouth at home.
Yeah, it is Bournemouth.
And I can imagine Semenyo want to put himself in the market for January by an easy 2 goals against us. So
if you
yeah,
lose, say you was to do the unthinkable and lose to Wolves and then lose to Bournemouth, is that Amorim done? Surely.
the thing is, I think we're gonna give him till at least like February.
And the thing is as well is because they finished
sackable defense.
Yeah, it is because they finished 15th
100%.
last year. Anything's an improvement on that. So the board can look around and say, well, he took us from 15th to 9th. If you finish 9th,
No,
I think if United get you, I think if you get European football, and the thing is, if you do get European football, you'll be in a great position to win a European trophy the year after. Because of the
I know.
Conference.
I know.
Yeah, good conference and the way the Europa League is now. The way the Europa League is
in there, you steamrolled it like we did last
year.
year.
Europa League, we can steamroll that, man. I swear. Europa League, we could even steamroll that.
Europa League's easier now, isn't it? Because the Champions League teams don't go in it.
Exactly. We could steamroll that. But the reality is, it's what you get in the market. If you qualify for the Champions League, that's an extra player in the market. That's how I see it. So that's why for Amorim's sake, for me, he has to utilize being the one team that's got 1 game a week. Like we're one of the few teams that have got 1 game a week this season because of how many teams qualified for the Champions League. I think it was 6 teams, no? If I'm not mistaken.
The
top 5 and also Tottenham.
Top 5 and Tottenham, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
6 teams, and then you've got teams that qualified for Europa and teams that qualified for conference.
Crystal Palace in the Conference League.
Like nearly the top 10, the whole top 10 nearly.
Yeah,
that's like nearly the whole top 10 in Europe.
Yeah, at one point it was like, it could have been like 11 teams.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for now, this season, I think Amorim has to make use of that because even we beat that Crystal Palace team because they had a midweek game. If they had 1 game a week, we could have easily lost at Selhurst Park. It's just they tied out in the second half.
That's because it's the Thursday to Sunday rota they're not used to. I think
even their managers complaining
for the first time. Palace
we have to make use of it. And if he can't get Champions League football, in my eyes, this season, it'll just go to show to me, yeah, he's not good enough. I'll be totally straight. I don't know. I think right now, our team with 1 game a week, it should be decent enough to get top 5, not even top 4, top 5. Come on, that's poor. If you can't get 5th as Manchester United manager in your first full season, yeah.
On a positive, haven't you only lost 1 game in the last 8 or something? They were saying today.
It's the draws. The draws are basically like losses, Dan. How what if you drew like the next 2 games, and I was like to you, oh yeah, but you haven't lost though. As an Arsenal fan, what? That's how many points dropped.
And look, I think it depends where the draws are.
Yeah, we haven't lost.
You see, if Liverpool,
listen, it's the draw.
Winning, you guys wouldn't be talking like this.
It's because you've drew with West Ham at home.
Everyone else is
and at Everton at home. Their games have to win. It's different if they had drawn with Palace and beat you know what I mean, beat Everton and beat West Ham. Then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's the drawing at home. Your home is your bread and butter. You need to make your home
points.
Even Arsenal though.
Another thing, we never blow teams away. So our goal difference is always poor. We never blow teams away. At least when Chelsea win, they can put 2-3 past guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
can't.
looking at that actually because
clue, you know.
I was looking at it seeing like, oh yeah, if Man United did win, they would have been level on points with Chelsea again. But then I saw the goal difference. I was like, what? Man
I've
United
never
were on
once-
zero. Man United were on
Yeah,
zero.
it's
before we
crazy.
Because when we
Chelsea are on
lose, we
plus
get
10.
smashed.
I've
That's-
never
When we
once
lose, we
seen.
get
I've never
smashed. When
once
we win,
turned
we
the
scrape
TV
it.
on, yeah, and seen United winning like 3-0, 4-0. The one game you did it was against Brighton 4-2. That's the only time you scored like.
I can't
When
remember
did
the
we
last-
score?
I
Last
can't
kick of
remember
the
the
game.
last time I seen Man
What,
United
grabbing
goal
3-2.
difference above 5.
And they nearly caught up. So even when we score 3-4 goals, we still can ship away. Like it's still
Ship
an
2,
end-to-end basketball
and then
game.
the following week you lose 2-0, and then it's back.
Lee AFC's got a question for you. Do you see any real improvement between this season and last season? That's to you, Dark Streets.
After this
see-
one,
I
after this
see a
Christian,
change from
would you-
individual players, but I don't see a change from the actual team as a cohesive unit. I don't see us like on the ball. We've got a plan of okay, when he's in this position, I have to be in that position, and then I have to pass to him and this and that attacking patterns of play. And that's what I've been looking for. Because if you're going to be playing the same system every single game, surely the players would know it should be like clockwork. When you're on the ball, they should know, okay, when Ahmad's in this position, he's going to be crossing. So you need to be in the back post. But it looks like everyone's a second too late. They're still thinking. What is there to think about? You've got what are you doing in training? That's what I want to know. Like, I just don't understand it.
Madness.
Yeah. But I can see, like, you see players like Casemiro, for example, I can see now he's a better player because he's not got as many games to play. So you can see the whole week rest for Casemiro and that. Now he's been able to be managed properly. I feel like he looks like he's got a couple more yards than he did last season. But that's only because we're not in Europe. If we were in Europe, he'll be exactly the same. So that's why I think part of the reason why you're seeing a slight improvement with United is because we haven't been playing in Europe. But if we were, we'd be like Tottenham right now. We'd be getting smoked left, right, and centre. Trust me. Like, there's not any improvement under Amorim.
Yeah,
And that's
Amorim,
even
just
with
I want him to
Mbama.
stay there, man. Just keep Amorim, bro. And I know if Amorim stays there, you are not doing nothing.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
know it. That
Completely
formation
agree.
is ridiculous. Yeah, and you know what I don't like? It's his stubbornness, man. You know that you haven't got the players to play this system, and he was still playing it, still playing the same system.
I wouldn't even say it's the formation that's ridiculous. It's how he plays it. Because I think back to like when Conte was at Chelsea, and obviously he played the system a completely different way, but he played it in a way that got the best out of the players. Now, I'm not going to delve too much into the comparison because obviously Chelsea had a much better squad. Like, I mean, we had bloody N'Golo Kante in midfield. Obviously, there's no comparison there, but in terms of the players, but it's how you manage the formation, and that's what Amorim's not doing.
I just think in Portugal it's different to how it is in England, and that's ultimately where he's messed up because now it's like he's learning on the job as well. That's what sometimes it feels like, because it doesn't seem like Casemiro is playing the same role he was playing last season. It's not looking like he needs to cover as many yards this season as he did last season. And it seems like his position is slightly changed. But even Bruno Fernandes, his position has slightly changed. He wasn't playing this deep last season. So it seems like this guy's learning on the job. It's like he's trying to find a winning formula with these group of players. And I think that last season, because we finished 15th, that was the time to be testing things. Not now. Now you should have figured out exactly how to progress. And for me, the progression has not been enough. It's just not been enough. We can't win 3 games in a row. And it doesn't matter who we play.
Well,
So
didn't you win 3 games in a row? Like when you beat Liverpool?
You did win 3 games in a row.
That's the only time though. Like
just once under him.
Yeah, because he went like, what was it, 34, 35 games, not even getting back-to-back wins.
3 games in a row once. It's poor, man. It's just poor. It's poor, and I can't see the next time we do that. If I'm being totally honest, I think we can win 2, but not 3, and that's why I think ultimately we'll finish like 8th.
Do you know what with Man United is true? Like what AFC always just said here, it is so true. You know, like honestly, bro, like if any of the big teams are playing, I always want to watch them, innit? With United, bro, I'm just like, I know the football's going to be shit. I know it's going to be stale. It's the only time I liked watching United games is when you had Solskjaer. And I think you should have kept Solskjaer because he had a style, he had an identity. It reminded me of a bit like Ferguson. You know, it was counter attack, but it was exciting. It was off the cuff. It was you see
the
lost games.
why.
It was 3-2, 2-1 wins, and it was. Do you know what I mean? You could win games like that. He had Bruno on fire. I think you should have kept Solskjaer, and I don't think there's in no world would you have been finishing 15th. You know, he got to a Europa League final as well. He finished second in the Premier League. Like, I don't know, man. I think Solskjaer should have stayed at the club. I know he got sacked. I don't know where you were.
Well, Dave says that Mourinho was the one that should have stayed. That's what he says, isn't it?
Yeah, but for me, Mourinho had to go because it got too toxic.
It's not that. When Mourinho, the thing is, Mourinho's short term.
He lost the dressing room. Yeah, he's short term as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think Solskjaer could have done a job there for a bit longer.
I don't even phone Man United fans when they lose now, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I said it to Dave the other day. He was like, "I hate Arsenal. I hate." He was saying, and I was like, "Bro, that hate that I used to have for Man United is kind of gone, bro. Because that hate was for then when you used to win everything. Do you know what I mean? Now it's just like, oh, United. Like, obviously, I like to laugh because I've got a lot of Man United fans and that. But yeah, bro. I mean, it is mad, and that's why Arsenal better hurry up and win some Premier Leagues because you never know when the team's gonna come back. You never know when a manager's gonna walk through the door and when you're gonna get your Arteta one day. Do you know what I mean? It could happen. Murium could even be that man.
If he wins something, Dan, innit? Jesus.
I don't want 7 years of waiting. I'll be honest. I want a Pep because you don't get 7 years at United. I'll be totally honest.
You don't.
Yeah, well, but if
you even said Ollie, he finished third, he finished second. As soon as you get a bad run of games and finish third and second, come new season, you better come firing.
Yeah, but if I told you now that the manager would come in now and you'd finish say eighth, like the next 2 seasons, you'd win an FA Cup, finish 8th and 8th, and then you would finish 5th, and then you'd be in 3 title races, get into a Champions League semi-final. And then you'd win a Premier League. What you'd say no?
Well, he wouldn't get that time when he finishes 8th twice. He gets sacked.
Listen, look.
That's the point.
Listen, Rio Ferdinand, your own legend, Owen Hargreaves, Man United people, Paul Scholes, they all said it that they would 100% take being in Arsenal's position if it meant it was going to take that time. Things take time.
Wouldn't give them
this Man United.
Man United, you don't get that time. That's the point I'm trying to make.
If Manchester United, listen, bruv. If Man United finish 2 points off the top, if they finish 2 points,
you will never survive at United.
Listen, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Man United finish 2 points, survived at Chelsea all these years.
If Man United,
he won't survive at Liverpool. He won't survive at Chelsea. He won't survive at City. He won't survive at. He'll only survive at Spurs.
He wouldn't survive.
Where are these teams? And where are these teams? It's not worked. It's not fucking worked. So
but it's the truth, though. What do you mean? Chelsea have won a Champions League.
You say
Liverpool have won a Premier League.
2021.
Dan, you can't say that it doesn't work because at this moment in time, I mean, it could change in May, but at this moment in time, all these clubs that have been like sacking managers and everything have still got more trophies than Arsenal in that period of time.
Tell him again. Because he's living in a bubble.
We still got the same. We've still got more trophies.
Just because
Spurs have got more trophies.
Just because someone wouldn't last, it doesn't mean that it's right. Let me tell you now, for 100% fact, if Man United would dream to have a manager that could come in and have them competing for titles and being in getting to Champions League semi-finals, they would dream to be in that position. And Man United,
give them that time. That's the point.
All right. Man United, the board might not, but that doesn't mean make it right.
No big team would. That doesn't make it right. Real Madrid, Barcelona, no big team would, man.
Bro, you're not. Real Madrid and Barcelona win leagues all the time. That's why.
Even Atletico Madrid,
they win trophies all the time.
Atletico Madrid wouldn't give you that time. Juventus wouldn't give you that time.
Atletico Madrid,
look at Juve.
Madrid probably would. I mean, Simeone's been manager for as long as I can remember, and he's at those 4 times still survived. But
No,
the thing
but
is, they're stale.
he's
They're
never
stale.
fell
They're
off. He's
pathetic.
never finished 7th and 8th. He's never finished 8th and 8th. He's
Yeah, but that
always
would
been
be
in the top
disastrous to
3.
do in La Liga because it's only
Simeone
a
finished
three-horse
8th
race.
twice. He'll be
It's only a
gone.
three-horse race in La Liga.
Yes,
It's
but
not
bro,
as tough
but
as
listen,
it
you got to remember when
That's just the truth, bro. I'll be honest. I
Listen,
wish we could have a manager who is constantly in the top 2, top 3. I wish we could. Of course, if you ask me that. But do I wish someone is going to finish 8th twice and then they wouldn't get given that time. It's Man United.
Yeah, that doesn't
pressure
make
is
it right.
unbearable.
But it doesn't make it
That's the
right, does it?
truth.
Because it's not worked. Sacking managers has not worked for you, has it?
It's not
not
about
worked.
sacking managers.
It's not
about
worked
sacking
at all.
managers.
It's not worked at all.
When you
So
get the
right
right
now,
manager,
by Arsenal,
Listen,
listen,
Arsenal,
by
man,
Arsenal,
you need to
at Man
understand.
United, you can't
Bro,
learn on the job.
bro,
Arteta's
by
learned on the
Arsenal-
job at Arsenal. This is what you don't
Yes,
realize.
but by
At Man United, you can't
Arsenal
learn.
giving him
There's no
time,
time to learn, bro.
it has worked. It's worked for us.
What do you
it's
mean?
worked
What's
for us.
working?
It's worked. What do you
what's
mean,
the
bro?
definition
Right,
of working
What-
for
It
you?
looks,
But
it
we're
looks
gonna
like
get the
it's
Premier
going
League.
to
That's
work.
what works.
Until you get
Back
over
in
the
the
line,
day,
you
Yeah,
can't
all right, it
see
looks
it
like
work.
it's going to work.
Used to
It looks
be
like it's going to work,
absolute
but it is
nightmare.
working.
Now it's worked.
You can say it's worked in May potentially, but you can't say it's worked right now because
Yeah, but
you
it's
have
working
to
in that we've
FA
gone from a
Cup.
team that wasn't playing Champions League football to now a team that's getting to Champions League semi-finals, fighting for league titles.
What
So it's
Arsene
worked
Wenger
in that
didn't
sense.
have you
Yeah,
guys
but
in
if
Champions
if
League
anyone was in the
constantly
job as
for the
long as
last
Arteta
how
had
many
been,
years?
if anyone was in the job
Yeah,
as
but
long as
Arsene
Arteta had
Wenger?
been, with all the money that he spent,
Wenger didn't
they
in
would
his last
achieve
few
the
years.
same things.
Yeah,
Wenger
exactly.
didn't in his
In his
last
last
few years.
few years. In his
Yeah,
last
exactly.
few years.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
majority of the time, you've been Champions League team.
Yeah, I know, but we weren't.
years
That's
and
the point.
years.
But the point is we weren't in
You
it for
finished
7 years.
second multiple times under
But the
Wenger.
point is we wasn't in it for 7 years. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. Right? And if this team now goes on
Those years
and-
with Arteta.
and wins trophies, then it was a great decision. Yeah, look, I'm not just saying that they would or they wouldn't. At the end of the day, no one knows whether they would or not because we don't know how long Amorim's going to be in a job for. You know, because right now your own guy, your Sir Jim or whoever it was, come out and said and referenced Arteta and was like, look, what Arsenal done. Teams
Yeah.
are changing now. They're going
Yeah.
away from this sacking thing. They referenced Arteta and said, look
He's
what
saying
Arteta's
that.
done in his first 50
No,
games.
I'll tell you why he's saying that. I'll tell you why he's saying that. He has to say that. He has to say that. He's not going to say, oh, yeah, and put him under more pressure. Financially, that doesn't make sense. He has to say this. Every single owner gives manager, even if they want to sack them.
In fact,
give
Well,
the
look,
manager vote.
Look, listen, your
Pressure.
manager finished 15th and lost
Yes.
to Spurs in European
But he
final.
never had a transfer window.
and he's still in
He
a
never
job.
had a transfer
And
window.
he's still in a bloody job. Now, let me
He
tell you
never
now,
had a
if
transfer
Arteta finished
window.
15th,
That's
he
He
would
was
be
in
crazy.
the
gone.
job because he didn't even want to be there at the time that
Exactly.
he
It
came
doesn't
in.
matter, though. He finished 15th.
Exactly.
They gave
You
him the
could dre-
benefit of the doubt.
Bro, you could dress it up as
This is
much
what I'm
as you
trying to
want.
say.
He finished 15th and got sacked. Simple as that.
You wouldn't
what I'm
sack a
saying?
manager
So-
for half a season after you've paid money to buy him.
Yeah,
you
you
paid
basically-
money
At the
to
end of the
school him
day,
to get
at the
him.
end of the day,
Gave him an
the
ultimatum
position,
to come in
So-
early.
the position that we're
Have
Arsenal
to.
were in,
Never.
the position we were in, how low we were. If you told me that, oh, it's going to take you about 6-7 years, but you're going to win a Premier League, then I would
You would take that. You would take that because you didn't win a Premier League for 20 years. And I'll be honest
Yeah,
with you.
and you're,
Exactly.
you also
Arsene
went
Wenger's
8
not
years
that
without any
successful, bro.
trophy.
Arsene
And
Wenger
you-
as a manager
Only
is
a
not that
couple of
successful.
teams, You're used
That's
to
the
it.
truth. That's why you would take it. But if you had Alex Ferguson and you
Yeah,
were
but
used
you
to
lot ain't
winning
that. You lot
13
ain't that
and
team no more.
you
You lot
wouldn't
ain't that
take
team
it.
no more. Because United won't win the Premier League probably could be for 20, 30 years now.
Nah.
You can't
That's
even
what
win
you
5
say.
games in a row.
Listen, that's what you
You
say.
can't even win
Yeah,
5
but
games in a
They're
row.
not that
Huh?
team anymore.
We
but
can't
obviously
listen.
the
We
fans
can't
have
win
got
5 games
standard.
in a row. But the irony is, look how close we are to the top 4. So it's looked like so many teams can't win 5 games in a row. It's not only us. So
Yeah,
many
no, it's
teams
not only
can't
you lot.
win.
But
So
you haven't won 5
we're
games
just
in a
in the
row for about
mix.
5 years.
We're just in the mix.
It's been 5 years since you won 5 games in a row.
What? And in those 5 years, how many trophies have you won? And how many trophies have we won?
Yeah.
Ask him again.
What
There you
trophies
go.
have you won?
It's
There
close.
you
What
go.
trophies have you won? What trophies have you won in 5
What do you
years?
mean? We've won the FA Cup.
They won the
Alright.
League Cup.
We've won the League Cup.
So you won 2 trophies and we've won
Yeah,
1.
2 trophies in 5 years.
Okay.
And how many trophies have you won since
1.
Arteta's been the greatest?
1.
Huh?
We've won 1.
No, you've
We've
won
won 1.
0.
We've won 1. He won an
What?
FA Cup,
Which
bro.
one?
What are you talking
The
about?
Co-
He won an
COVID
FA Cup.
Cup.
He won an FA Cup in his first season. So what are you
In
talking
his
about?
first half a season, exactly. And
Still,
until then,
bro,
look,
he won it.
wait. Out of all the, you see, he's built this squad. How many of those people have won a trophy at Arsenal? Has Rice won a trophy at Arsenal?
No, we know he ain't won a trophy. He's going to win the Premier League this year.
All I'm saying is, you guys are speaking as if you've been Man City. You haven't. Not yet. You haven't built no dynasty. You haven't done any of that. That's the truth.
No one said that we have.
The reality is
we're going to win the Premier League this year. That's what I've said.
No, but you act like you have.
Exactly.
That,
you act like you have.
No. This all started by you saying that that whatever, like Man United, like it's some big, like it's right that you wouldn't give a manager time.
Yeah, I say because
it doesn't always make it. It doesn't always make it right.
Like explain.
It doesn't always make it right. That's what
Look
I'm saying.
at Jurgen Klopp. You could look at Pep Guardiola. These guys have been successful, and they didn't need 3-4 years. 2 years is enough. That's my opinion. 2 seasons is enough.
Klopp needed 4 years.
Huh?
Klopp needed 4 years.
No, not to compete. 2 seasons he was competing. After 2 seasons he was competing straight away off the back.
He got to 2 finals before his first full season.
Exactly.
So it didn't take him that long to complete. Got to a League Cup final, which you lost to Penalty City. Got to the Europa League final, which you lost to Sevilla.
It doesn't matter. He lost it.
And then the next season,
I'll take one final.
It didn't take him 4 years.
I'm saying it didn't take him 4 years to win a trophy. For the trophies. It did not take him 4 years. It didn't.
What are we doing here, bro? It was in the Europa League final, second rate. Arteta got to Europa League semi-final, so
No. I'm saying it did not take him 4 years to compete for the Premier League and Champions League. He was in the Champions League final after 2 years, wasn't he not?
No, it wasn't 2 years. It wasn't in the Champions League final after 2 years.
After in his third season, he was in the Champions League final, wasn't he not?
He wasn't, and also the team that he took over had only finished second a few years back as well.
It wasn't when Gareth Bale scored the bicycle kick. I'm getting it.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It might have been. I don't know. I have to double check that after this.
It was 4 years. It took him 4 years to win his first trophy. That's a fact. That's a fact.
4 years to win his first trophy, but the season before he was in the final of the Champions League.
He was in the final because that's when
the difference is.
The
difference is don't compare Arteta to Klopp, Dan. Stop doing it.
Who mentioned Klopp?
Stop doing it. Stop doing it.
I'm saying when you have a world-class manager, you know off the bat straight away. You don't need to finish 8th and all of this.
He could be on his level if he wins a Premier League and the Champions League. He could be because Klopp. That's what Klopp done in 9 years.
Yeah, until that happens, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens.
Until that happens, and if it happens, because no one's saying it's definitely going to happen.
That's the point I'm trying to make. You see, when you have a top manager, you know straight away you're competing off the bat, bro. It doesn't take you that long.
Games to go. The Champions League's not a foregone conclusion either. Because I mean, like, look at Liverpool last year in the league.
Listen, if you guys win the league with Arteta, one thing is for certain: you've made him world class. You guys have made him world class. 100%. You've built him just like you built Wenger into world class.
Yeah, we would have made each other world class.
Huh?
They would have made it. They would have complemented each other.
The relationship and whatnot, of course. But without Arsenal, 100%. Arteta wouldn't have been. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys would have developed.
But what I'm saying to you, look,
we don't need to do that.
Look, at the end of the day, no one knows what would have happened or what couldn't have happened. But for me, it's more likely had we got rid of him, we would have got another manager, another style, another system. Say we got rid of him the second season, we finished 8th. We got rid of him. I reckon there's no way. I very much highly doubt that we would be in the position we're in now. I highly doubt it. But at the end of the day, it's all hearsay. No one knows.
As well.
Now, Manchester United, we don't know what's going to happen with Ruben. Do you know what I mean? We don't know whether he's the man or not. But right now, for that Man United team, very similar situation to what Arsenal was in. So if if in 5 years, or even Arteta took him 3 years to compete for a Premier League title, yeah? If in 3 years you lot were competing out of nowhere, the season after we finished 5th, it was 8th, 5th, and then after that it was 2nd. So in his 4th season, we were going for the Premier League title. If I told you that Amorim would be going for a league title in his 4th season, would you not take that? If I said that to you when you first signed him, within 4 years you'll be banging the Premier League title race.
I would ask you. My question would be, where do we finish? So we finish 8th, 5th, and then compete.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll take that.
Exactly.
Because you know why? Shall I tell you why? Because we finished 15th.
Exactly.
But if you told me under Ollie, after we finished 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, would I happily take 8th, 5th, and do you see what I'm saying? You guys never finished 15th, so it's different.
Look, the lowest we've ever finished in the Premier League is
Was
under
6th.
guess who? Mikel Arteta, 8th.
Do you
Lowest
see what I'm
ever.
saying? So
Yeah, but
you
he
guys were finishing
took us-
6th under Wenger.
took us
So
over.
I
He
wouldn't
took us
take
over.
8th twice,
That's
bro.
not fair though, because he took us over when we were 10th, right? And obviously, and then after that,
4
he was.
points off the 4th place.
Then after
That's
that, he
what
was
he took
gutting.
over.
Then after that, he was gutting the team out, weren't he? Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to get just a little bit worse to get better. That's a fact.
Flipping hell. It's not a
It
fact.
is. It
It's
is
not
a
a
fact.
fact.
It
Don't
is a
have to
fact.
get worse to get better. What the hell are
You
you
do.
talking
Most
about?
of the time, well, Liverpool did as well. But you can see there was a style. You could see there was something. And this is the thing with Man United. That's why I look at them and you don't see anything, bro. You don't see something like with Klopp. You could see it.
There's
And
no
then after
style
a few
with
years,
United. It's just the formation. That's the problem.
that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's
with
why I
Arteta,
know when you have a top class manager, you like you said, you see instantly straight away.
Mm.
Instantly. Let's be honest. With Arteta, you didn't instantly see the set pieces and that. Let's be
No,
honest.
of course not. Yeah,
He's
no, look, I agree
developed
with you.
this style.
He's
You
developed.
guys
one.
have given
Of
him
course
the time and he's developed his style. I think, yeah, even if Amram, maybe if we give him 4 years, you're right. Maybe he might be able to learn on the job and next season get changes from a back three to a back four. And maybe if he, but I'll be honest.
I can see Arteta. He came in, he was playing that 5 at the back. Then he changed. This guy's not going to change that formation.
Exactly.
Circumstance.
Who knows?
Arteta
Who knows?
tinkered and wanted
Who
to.
knows? If you give him
find
4
the
years,
formula.
4
Whereas
years,
bro,
Amram's rigid in his ways. This is the problem.
4 years is a long time, man. Is a lot of
Even when
losses.
the guy had no players
4
to
years.
play in those positions for his system, he still played the system. He's never
No,
changed.
I agree. It's highly unlikely because, like
It's
I
like,
said,
look,
I
you-
wouldn't give him 4 years. I'll give him this season, but I
you've got
think
Mourinho-
4 years someone would change because no one likes losing. That's what I think.
Of course, but you as the fan said obviously you would take that, and you'd be silly not to, because if not, it could be 50 years. You never know how long this is going to last.
No,
The last time you
what
won
I
a league
wanna
title was
see is
2013.
all context. Is all context. You see, if we had it, of course we'll take it now because what we've seen under Amarim. But I'm saying under Oli, because we weren't too far away, because we had certain players and that, I don't think we would have taken it. But currently, because we've been in the absolute mud, of course we'd have taken it now. Of course we'll take it because we
Yes,
finished
boys.
15th.
Let's go
Do you
through some of
understand?
these now, man. Let's go through some of these, bro. Because Dan, do we think Rice is playing this weekend? Yes, I think he plays. I'm nervous about the Villa. I think it's
Wait,
likely a draw.
Dan, before I go,
Go on,
I want to ask one question.
go on. We're going to do predictions as well,
Steve,
and then we're
would
going to
you
end the
take
show.
it?
Take what? What
Would you
like,
take, because you've never finished 15th and all of this like us, innit? Like,
With Chelsea, they won the Champions
Would you
League in
take it?
2021.
that's
so
what I'm trying to say. So would they take
it's
it?
totally different, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
Why
mean?
not?
We can't.
He's just said that he'd give Maresca another year if he finished 6th. This is a team that won the Champions League in 2021, and he just said it that he'd still give him another year finishing 6th.
Yeah, I'd give.
Yeah,
I'd
but
give,
where did he finish
I'd give
last
him another.
season?
I'd give him another season only
Fourth.
because he
Exactly.
showed the turnaround in the last sort of 15, 16
Listen,
games of the season
I
after
think you
that
should stick with.
win against
I think you
Fulham.
should stick with
Then you win
Maresca.
2
I think
trophies.
Maresca's going to be a top
He's
manager.
shown tactical prowess in games like PSG, Barcelona, even Arsenal last Sunday, although we didn't win. So like there's promise there. That's why I'd give him the benefit of the doubt of another season. If we had that same finish in the 26-27 season, then that's a totally different ball game again. Then questions might have to be asked.
Just remember though, he took over. He's taken over £1 billion squad, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's totally different. Arteta took over a load of trash.
It's $1 billion by number, not $1 billion by quality. That's the thing.
Well, it doesn't matter though. At the end of the day,
You say, wait. I think that's a little bit disrespectful to some players. I think Aubameyang wasn't completely trash. I don't think Lacazette was completely trash. I don't think Ozil was completely trash. They weren't these players,
Ozil was done.
but I don't think they were completely trash players.
Ozil was fair.
Aubameyang's the one that won him his only trophy.
Yeah. Aubameyang was clutch.
Aubameyang was class. He was class. He was top
He's
goal scorer one of the seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
disrespectful,
all right,
man.
he had one good strike.
Better than Gyökeres ever is. Let's
Yeah,
be
I know
honest.
he is. I know he is. He had
So,
one good striker though.
Yeah,
That's it.
to be honest, we can't even talk about Gyökeres at the minute because you got
David Luiz done a job.
because you got a CDM that
Oh,
offers more
please.
to the team than Gyökeres at the minute.
The
So-
team was full of crap. Let's be real, bro. Come on, man. This Chelsea team that
No,
Maresca
it
took
was-
over is a million times better than that Arsenal team, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's chalk and cheese. I wasn't gonna,
Yeah.
not comparing that there, but the one thing that I would say
He
about
literally had to get rid of every player. The only two that survived are
But
Martinelli.
he
and
can though.
Saka.
That's the thing. He can.
You know what I'm saying?
Maresca can't. Maresca has no rights in Chelsea when it
yeah,
comes
this is
to
the difference
transfers.
with Arteta. He has the last say in every say of who comes in, who
Yeah.
goes out. The managers at Chelsea under this ownership, and this is partly the reason why Pochettino even got the sack, was because you couldn't have a say in who you kept and who you didn't keep. That's the difference.
Arteta at least showed signs of improvement, even with his 8 finishes. If a manager comes in from Man United and showed a pragmatic way of football, then they got to stick with it. All right, Emery's team. Heard that one before. Yeah. Amar and Social Mourinho, none of them were pragmatic. Arteta started with 5 at the back to stop us leaking goals. Then next season changed it to fit his style. 100%. And that's one thing straight away that made me think, you know what? Because I was so used to Wenger and Emery as well. They were just leaking goals left, right, and centre. We was an embarrassment, man. And even if we were only finishing 6, every time we played a big team, they put 4 or 5 past us. It was an embarrassing time. It was horrible being an Arsenal fan, and I hated it. You know what I mean? Even now, going to games and that every game feels like a final because we're in these title races. And even when you don't win the trophy at the end, me as a fan that goes to these games, there's nothing better than going to a game when it has something riding on it. And that's what Arteta's done for me personally as a fan. Now we need the trophies, obviously, of course. And I feel like it's going to come this season, and then it will all be worth it. That moment when you
My question to you
win the
is,
trophy.
if you don't win it, would you class yourselves as bottle jobs?
Well, I mean, they already are technically, but yeah, let's see what Dan says.
No, I'm just saying, as an Arsenal fan, because I know you guys learn, like you guys.
If we don't win it, then yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
We go.
I think you would though. I think you should win it. You should, on paper, you should win the league this year.
What do we think about this? We're gonna read these out, and then we're gonna finish up, bro. Fabregas making Como formidable with unique tiki-taka style, young and promising manager. Would think he could be the one to help Man United. I don't see Man United getting a world-class coach. Look,
Fabregas is a shout, but in my opinion, I wouldn't go for him. I wouldn't go for him.
I think
he doesn't have Premier League experience. I'll go for De Zerbi from Marseille. Why can't you get him?
I think Fabregas would be a great shot.
I think De Zerbi will be even a better shot because he's coached in the Prem. We need someone who's coached in the Prem. I'd rather that.
I think Fabregas would be unreal. He's going to be unreal for
100%. But I think he should go to
unreal player, and he's going to be
less pressure, or go to Spain. In my opinion.
I think Saliba's going to be fit. Anyway, let's quickly just do predictions for the weekend. Chelsea are away to Bournemouth. What are you saying, Stephen? What's your prediction?
Put me on the spot here. I mean, I think we got to try and build a bit of momentum back. Bournemouth just lost to Everton. Looked like a pretty dead in the water game anyway from Bournemouth's perspective. They are the home team. I'd say 2-1 Chelsea. We've got to try and get a bit of momentum back.
2-1 Chelsea, yeah. I'm going 2-2 Bournemouth Chelsea. Rich, what are you saying? Bournemouth Chelsea?
Because it's away. I'll be honest. Bournemouth haven't had a lot of games at home where they've won. I think they've been on like quite a terrible run of form recently. I think
I'll just chime in and say Chelsea. I think they're like third. I think they might be third in the away form table. So we do all right on the road. Apart from yesterday, obviously.
Yeah, that's why I think that Chelsea will bounce back and they'll win 2-1. I think 2-1.
Steve, what are you saying? United away to Wolves under the lights, 8 o'clock kickoff.
I don't know. I would have said if I'd only watched the highlights of today's game and not the whole thing like I did, I would have probably said 2-0 United. But I don't know. I think a 1-1 could be on the cards here.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a 1-1.
Wolves are so bad though, but yeah, man, I feel like Wolves. I don't know. I feel like Wolves might win that. 1-0
wouldn't
to
be
Wolves.
surprised.
1-0 to Wolves. And Arsenal Villa. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if that game's a draw. I wouldn't even be like crazily shocked if we lost it because of the form they're on. But I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Arsenal win.
2. So you're saying 2-1 Arsenal, yeah?
2-1 to Arsenal, yeah.
I could see same score as the Stadium of Light, 2-2.
Rish, what you saying?
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be 1-0 Villa. I think it'll be 1-0 Villa. Or 1-0 Arsenal. But I'm going to go 1-0 Villa.
Interesting.
I think
Let's
1-0
see.
Villa.
We'll come back to this next week.
But it all depends if Saliba's fit. That's the thing. I don't know if he's fit. If he's fit, I'd say 1-0 Arsenal.
I think Saliba's going to.
He's not fit. I think 1-0 Villa.
Because didn't Timber play centre back for at least?
Yeah. Look, 100%. I'm with you lot as well. I mean, if Saliba doesn't play, if Rice is not 100%, then yeah, it's very shaky with a form Villa are one. The scoring.
If
goals,
it was at home though,
goals.
Different story.
Do you know what though? They just conceded 3 to Brighton. I know they scored 4, so that's why I was going to say 1-0 Arsenal.
Come back from 2-0 down as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, listen, they're on. They've won 8 out of the last 9 in the Premier League. They're an absolute fire.
And Watkins starts scoring as well.
Watkins just scoring. Yeah, we've had dodgy ones against Villa in the past. I just think.
I think you guys have overcome it.
I think we've overcome it. I think we're in a moment now.
You overcame it last year. I remember you went to Villa Park. Like, was
we
it?
Beat them, yeah, 2-0. Yeah.
So you should, on paper, you should do the business. But this is probably your toughest test because it's 2 games a week and all of that.
It is our toughest test.
This is the crunch time run.
Mm-hmm.
But if you win this one, you should be fine because you've got no AFCON players as well. You should be fine. January, December, January, you should be fine.
So, all right, boys. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks a lot, Stephen. Thanks a lot to Rish as well. Appreciate your time, my bros. Hopefully next week, I'm gonna do. I think there's a lot of shows that are on at the same time as this, so I'm gonna try and be a bit strategic and possibly move the show around next week, and we'll see if it works for you guys. And if not, we can just keep it as the same. But I'll let you guys know, and I'll let the viewers know as well. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been watching. If you're watching it on the replay, smash a like, smash a comment, subscribe. We're out.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah. See you later.
Come on, bro.